Today we're going to show you how to install the smart ImoLaza sprinkler controller. I have a friend of mine with me today. His name is Trey Pederson with Pederson's Cut Above. Trey is a licensed irrigator in the area, and we're going to show you how easy it is to install this controller. Stay tuned.
Looks like you need a small screwdriver, Phillips head, and some wire nut, drywall screws. A very important, test that your controller works properly before we install it. Multimeter will give you a certain amount of ohms to give you that it works.
Or you can just turn it on, and if you see it come on, it works.
That's right.
Right, okay.
A lot of times the smart controllers offer ET data that will give you a rain sensor just off the internet.
Okay.
These different controllers that I've installed do that.
It doesn't rain enough in Texas for when I'm going to be watering for me to worry about a rain sensor.
Sounds about right.
Because I'm only going to run my sprinkler system June through October.
Here are your zone wires. Common is white, and all your power wires. Pretty simple. Usually, sometimes these are stranded and smaller wires.
So you're putting that ground, what's the white wire again?
White is common to the C terminal.
How many zones will this controller do?
This controller will hold 8 zones. You definitely want to make sure you know what wire is the master valve, as it's labeled M on the controller. If you have a master valve, it's important to use it because nothing works unless you hook it up right.
So on that controller, what is it? What's it labeled? M?
M.
M?
Most newer systems have a master valve.
So once you have the common hooked up, you just take one by one, and they're just labeled
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then 6, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's it.
And so then you're just gonna hook up all these wires, and then what do we do after that?
If you would have hooked this up like that, it wouldn't have turned on.
Okay.
So
you're splicing each wire, and then you're just inserting it into the zone. And right now you're doing what, 3?
I'm on zone 3.
All right, so we got all the zones hooked up now, and we're just hooking up the power cord. So if you were going to do something different with this controller, as far deep in it as we are, if we were going to do something different with this, what would you do different?
I'd probably have better terminals, maybe for the bigger wires like a 100 clock would, and maybe move the power off to the side, out of the way, because you're going to have a lot of wires all pushed up inside here. Granted, sometimes they're stranded wires, but pretty simple. Now the fun part.
So we had to cut a little notch in it to get the wires on. Oh yeah.
Now
that's zone 1.
That's zone 1. So now you find the ImoLaza app on your iPhone and download the app.
Okay.
As the zones listed 1 through 8.
We had to connect our Wi-Fi and fill out some information before we did this.
You go to zone 1, hit next, test each zone, hit the test button, you go outside, and it should turn on.
So here's zone 1. So now we're just going through the settings. So this is the app. Once you download it, this is what you'll see on your phone. And up top it gives you the calendar, and then your weather, and your schedule. And I can go over to schedules, and it will show me all the different options to schedule. I have it on auto schedule. I have it to water on even days. If you're in an area that has water restrictions, you can select your specific days. You can also select cycle soak, which I think is super awesome. If you have hard clay soils, that's going to be really helpful. So in a nutshell, this is a really cool app. Another cool thing is you can take a picture of each zone and label it that way, and you don't have to write anything down. It's just all right here. If you're wondering what your backyard rotors are, there's a picture of your backyard rotors, and you just click on it, and then it takes you right to that zone, and you can and then you can edit or change things from there. And then your settings button has all your settings there, your history and all that. So pretty cool. Yeah, so super easy to install.